Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm here in Istanbul, Turkey. I'm about to get a hair transplant from Asli Tarcan. As you can see, I'm pretty much a Norwood 4 or 5-ish. I've had SMP before, and I've had it for 2 years, and I actually enjoy it, but I'm starting to see more stuff about how cheap hair transplants can be, so decided to take the plunge and come out here. Um, so I'm gonna need parts of the temple done, most of the front, really the whole shebang. I don't know if you can see that, but um thin pretty much everywhere, Nord 4 or 5. And so I came over here with the plan of this being just my first transplant and doing trying to do 3,500 grafts from the back of my head and then 1,000 from my beard for a total of 4,500 grafts, just to avoid over harvesting. Consultation, they're pretty pushy. They really want to take maximum grafts from you, which was I was surprised to hear them really like push so hard. They wanted to do 5,500 grafts from the back of my head, and I had to push one to get them down to 4,500 and to use beard grafts. So I'm going to be getting a total of 5,500 grafts, 4,500 from the back of my head, 1,000 from my beard. And I'm hoping that can at least cover this frontal area as well as the crown. I'm got very thin light hair right in the middle here, and so I'm hoping they kind of touch that last, and then maybe come back for a second hair transplant. That's the plan so far. I've got my appointment tomorrow. I arrived yesterday, which was a Saturday. Appointment tomorrow, Monday. Yeah. As most of you probably know, the cost for the base transplant was $1,700 USD, and then I'm paying an extra $500 for use of my beard, so a total of $2,200. My flight from Washington D.C. to Istanbul was around $1,300, and I booked a flight for like early June, back when travel situation was still kind of iffy, and like Black Hair Transplant Istanbul, Turkey, that YouTube channel, big guy nurse got like 11,000 grafts. He mentioned his bad experience with the travel agency. I had the same experience with this agency called Travel Genio, trying to get my ticket refunded because my flight got canceled. Couldn't get anyone on the phone. Didn't get a response through email. So just radio silence for like a month and a half, 2 months. And then I finally got an email saying that my request for a refund was being processed like 2 months past it, after I almost had just resigned myself to never see that money again. So hopefully that comes in soon. But yeah, I decided for the flight I took here, I decided to just go with Turkish Airlines, not to do a travel agency and stuff like that. That I'm staying at is called Istanbul Gonin Hotel. I think a lot of guys on YouTube have done that. Stayed here. It's pretty nice. It's okay. The room is average, two twin beds, but it's good enough. As far as my experience here, well, so let me just say this first. There is a pretty nice mall right across the street with lots of shopping, lots of food choices and stuff. And then there's a Domino's and a Pizza Hut within like a 3-minute walk. But my experience, like in Turkey, it's been pretty bad so far. Just, I don't know if it's a cultural difference or a language barrier, or me being black and, how that goes. People here just seem kind of rude. They don't look you in the eye. Like walking through the mall, I felt like I noticed people staring at me and like talking amongst themselves and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm being paranoid or if that's the experience of being a black man, But so honestly, I'm kind of just resigned to stay in my hotel and order pizzas for the rest of my stay. So it's good enough. Mention that I really appreciate all the YouTube channels out there, black dudes getting hair transplants, whether that be in Turkey or other places in the U.S. or UK. It really helped me come to my decision making. If you have a YouTube channel and you've posted videos about your hair transplant, I've probably seen it. I probably follow you. I've got post notifications on for all you guys. Just some people that like kind of come to the top of my head is like B Hassan R, I think. Rams TV, GT, especially GT is the guy. Good Life Joe, I'm kind of following you. He's got S&P. He's on like 5.5 months now. Like I said, Black Hair Transplant, Istanbul, Turkey, all the variations of that name. A couple more guys, Skinny AB. If Courtney, they have a looser curl pattern. They've got great results so far. Dallas D, his whole journey of doing hair transplants. Keratin Brotherhood, all his hair loss advice and stuff like that. So I really appreciate the whole community. I'm just kind of paying it forward, I guess. So I'll be trying my best to be pretty consistent about, the intervals and when I post. I kind of plan to do a combination of the things I've seen so far, whether it be, trying to dye my hair like GT, and then also showing you the progress videos of haircut, dye, final product, and then Good Life Joe, he's got S&P, like I said. I have S&P, so I'm not sure how much dyeing is going to help or, add to it or whatever, but also, I'm editing this on my phone, so I hope that's good enough. I'm going to try to have timestamps in the description, as well as having the information about grafts and prices and stuff like that. I'll have that in every video description. But yeah, enjoy. All right, guys, just finished up with my hair transplant. I ended up getting 4,000 grafts from the back of my head, 1,000 from under my beard, for a total of 5,000 grafts. Just some highlights. They when they start extracting your hairs with the punch gun, they do it very quickly, like maybe 3-4 punches per second, which, like, when I look into like other tools for specifically black hair, like Dr. Deep's like weird curve tool and stuff like that, and how some clinics like calculate the angle of curved hair, I think it's pretty much impossible for them to have been accounting for the curve of our hair when they were extracting, because they were doing it so fast. So I mean, I've seen people from Asli with good results, so I'm not super concerned, but I'm not sure exactly why Asli has seemed to have a good reputation for black hair, but hopefully I get a good result as well. The Lidocaine injections were as bad as everyone says they are. They burn a lot. I kind of thought, since I had S&P before, I would be used to the idea of having pain on my head, but nope, that was way worse. The experience of being around lots of people who don't speak English is kind of nerve-wracking, especially because when you're in your room getting your procedure done, there's only 2 technicians. One's doing the punching, one's doing the pulling, and neither of them speak English. So if you had a huge problem, like other than just asking to use the bathroom and stuff like that, they can't really help you. Also, they put like a needle in your arm with a drip, and that makes you use the bathroom a lot, especially in like the last 2 hours of my procedure. I had to use the bathroom every like maybe 15 minutes, and the technicians can be kind of, I guess, understandably annoyed with how much they have to like take off the gloves, put the grafts down, blah blah blah, help you out of your situation and let you use the bathroom. But so my total procedure, I think, was around 10 hours long. The extraction part for both the beard and the back of the head was actually pretty quick. Like I'd say it wasn't more than like 2 hours, but then putting it in my head took forever. Like it just took a really, really, really long time. I'm actually surprised I seem to have gotten full-ish coverage with just 5,000 grafts. I was told I would need like 6,500 for full coverage, and potentially there's gonna be some thin spots, and I'm cool with that. I plan to go back anyway, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. My line seems kind of artificially straight, but they said they were gonna just follow my SMP line, and I think they probably did reasonably. So hopefully when the swelling goes down, it'll look slightly less artificial, I guess. So I'm going back tomorrow for a wash, hopefully to get all the bloodiness taken care of. It's kind of bloody. I don't leave till the day after tomorrow, but I just wanted to get as much attention from them as possible, as opposed to just resting for a day. And I don't really plan to go out to explore Turkey too much. Just not really interested. But yeah, also my experience like with the other guys getting their hair transplants, like I came in with 2 other black guys, and I've gotten both their Instagrams, like lots of dudes. It was a pretty good experience riding to and from on the bus and talking about our experience with the hair transplant. It's a pretty friendly environment. So yeah, I will do a like 3-day post-op probably on my way back to the States, and then I'll do a week, 2 weeks, maybe a 3-week, 4 weeks, and then after that I'll do a month. Guys, this is day 1 post-op. I've went back to the clinic today and I got some more PRP injections, as well as like another blood service. I'm not sure how much you can see, but it went up pretty well, I'd say. I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. So yeah, it was like a Norwood 4 or 5, I'd say, something around there. That's the donor area. So I got them down, or I told them to do 4,000 grafts on the back of my head. So I'm pretty sure I should be pretty safe with that number, in terms of like over harvesting and stuff like that. And I got 1,000 from my beard, and they cut my beard crazy, which is no big deal. I'll just probably chop it all off or something. But this is already pretty much healed. Like it's a little tender, but like, I don't know why the neck heals so quickly compared to the back of your head, but that's cool. One thing I do want to mention is when you go to get a transplant, wear a button-up shirt every day. So I did, and I was fine, but the dudes who wore like a t-shirt, the guys who wore a t-shirt, they were instructed, like, don't even try to take your shirt off, just cut it off. Like, don't try to save the shirt. Your hair is more important than your shirt. So wear a button-up shirt or like a zip-up hoodie or something like that, because they're going to give you a gown to wear during the procedure. And so there's no point in wasting your shirt and no point of endangering your grafts. They remind you constantly to keep your head up, not to look down, like when you're looking at your phone and stuff like that. As well as every time you go in and out of the car, they're like very, intentional about telling you to watch your head so you don't bump your head. Also, the sleeping situation, I've heard that you have to sleep at like a 45-degree angle, but they were telling me I can lay down as long as I stay on my back. So that, yeah, like I was saying, they said that you can lay down on your back as long as your like top of your head doesn't touch anything and you don't roll over in your sleep. But that kind of goes counter to everything I've ever heard. Most people have said to sleep like as straight up as you can, if not like at most 45-degree angle. So I slept 45-degree angle for the first night, and it was pretty miserable. And then like the last hour or 2, I laid down on my back with my head straight, and I haven't seemed to got any adverse like swelling effects. And so when I got back from the clinic a couple hours ago, I took a nap and I laid straight down, and I still seem fine. So maybe take their advice and just lay straight down. Just make sure you have safeguards in place to not turn. Last piece of advice, just remember to bring your passport to the clinic every day. They definitely asked the first day, and they asked me the second day too. So just bring your passport with you, and it might be a good idea to just carry it around with you wherever you go. Also, you're going to need a visa if you're coming from the U.S. And you can apply for a visa in like 10 minutes. It costs anywhere from like $30 to $50. I don't really remember. but it's not that hard to get a visa. Also, they're gonna give you, on your flight, they're gonna give you a passenger information card to fill out. Make sure you fill it out and bring it out of the flight with you, because you're gonna need to take it to passport control. And before they stamp your passport, they want that slip of paper. And yeah. All right, guys. If I have any more information I can think of, or if like something eventful happens on my flight home or at my watch tomorrow, then I'll make a 3-day post-op video. But for now, I'm probably gonna end it here, and then I'll do a week post-op. But just in summary, got 5,000 grafts, 4,000 from the back of my head, 1,000 from my beard, paid $2,200. My flight was around $1,300 for a round trip flight. You need a visa, you need a passport, and you should be good. Wear a button-up shirt. But yeah, you guys will hear from me soon. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. This channel is only going to be for transplant information. I don't plan on doing really too much else. But yeah, see you.